History hangs in the balance. This is the first championship clash between fighters of Mexican descent above 168 pounds. Round number 1. And this is the second southpaw that Benevidez is facing in his last 3 fights, beating David Morrell. He's third in his last 5. He beat Demetrius Andrade. And those guys were smaller than Ramirez. And when Ramirez has the height and the reach advantage, he can exploit it to the fullest.
Indeed. And Benevidez looks the part in this first fight at cruiserweight. What we need to find out early is, are his chin and power cruiserweight worthy against such a durable opponent?
And fans are hoping that Benevidez versus Ramirez joins the likes of Evander Holyfield, Dwight Muhammad, Kawhi One, James Toney, Vasily Jura, Alexander Usyk, Miris Bradis. I mean, there have been so many cruiserweight classics, and this one has all the hallmarks of another. And by the way, of all the 175-pound champions to win a cruiserweight title, Zolt Erdai is the only one to win it in his first fight at the weight. And he weighed only 178 3/4 pounds when he beat Jacobe Fragomeni.
And this is the rhythm, the pace that you want to keep it if you're shooting Ramirez. And though right there, Benevidez landed the right hand. Well timed right hand.
Benevidez came in well under 200 pounds, Brian.
He did, retaining that quickness. See if he can exploit that in this matchup. He mentioned...
sharp jabs by Benevidez.
He always mentioned the speed difference he thought would be a major advantage against Zerda.
Yeah, speed is power right now. Benevidez showing that quick jab.
Oh, he's showing the speed advantage, landing the jabs effectively. Ramirez, very good at turning opponents, very good at using footwork, wants to establish the jab, unable to do so in the early stages of the round.
In the center of the ring, Ramirez, bigger guy, yes, but the speed, the power.
Solid right hand, backs Ramirez up by Benevidez.
That's the first test here, whether Benevidez can bring this power up to cruiserweight.
But so far, every punch that Benevidez has thrown, he has landed.
Ramirez has been down once in his career against Samuel Miller back in 2011. Ramirez rallied to stop Miller in round 4. He has not been knocked down in nearly 15 years.
2011, a lifetime ago in terms of the career of Gilberto Ramirez.
And Benevidez has been down twice in his career, undefeated, however, and lands a straight right hand, another right hand followed by the left. Ramirez going to the body, which would be moving. Oh, but look at the hand speed of David Benevidez. Like the fast forward.
Craziest knockouts we have ever seen in the modern era.
Julian Chua is the corner man for Ramirez, looking for him to reset.
Former heavyweight contender Malik Scott also in that corner.
In round 1, according to CompuBox, Benevidez was 17 of 44, Ramirez 10 of 56, but Ramirez had the edge in body shots 5-2.
Yeah, and if you're Ramirez, you want to start taking control. And how do you do that? The jab. You got to start pushing with the jab. You're overthinking that jab. And I can see why he's overthinking that jab, because the speed's right there from Benevidez. He's countering really fast. There it is, the jab, upstairs, downstairs. Get that rhythm going if you're Ramirez.
And for as much as Benevidez gave Zerto respect for being a great body puncher, he questioned whether Ramirez could take it in return downstairs. I mean, nobody likes a body punch. Right, Abner? Let's be honest.
Nobody does, but Ramirez is really good at with those body shots. There's
a body shot by Benevidez. He's also very good at body shots.
That was a dangerous punch thrown by Ramirez, but more dangerous from Benevidez to counter.
Body shot again by Benevidez, and a straight right hand down the middle by Benevidez. Left hook by Benevidez.
The right hand briefly wobbled Zerto.
And Ramirez with the 1-2 through the guard. The southpaw right uppercut on the inside by Ramirez. Ramirez now throws the jab. Benevidez rips a body shot with the right hand, followed by the left. Just over a minute left here in the second round. Ramirez backing Benevidez up to the ropes.
Good body shot there from Zurdo. That's what he needs to establish.
You're the bigger guy. Get on him. Put your body on him. Your weight on Benevidez.
Nice left hook by Benevidez on the inside. Jab from Ramirez.
Oh, you got to start tiring him out.
Benevidez just missed with the right hand. Another solid jab by Benevidez, but Ramirez putting the pressure on. But a left hook, compact left hook upstairs by Benevidez.
This is where all those years as a teenager sparring against world champions and former world champions has Benevidez so comfortable in the pocket. He's still responsible defensively, but he can rip and slip against anyone,
including against Ramirez. Sparring. Oh, and that caught Ramirez upstairs with the left hook. Ramirez going to the body. Benevidez responds with a body shot. Things heating up quickly here in round 2. And again, the hand speed of Benevidez, but Ramirez standing his ground after getting...
Benevidez has already established through 2 rounds that he can hurt Zurdo, that his punches matter. That's only going to give him more confidence to pick him apart.
And I think coming in a little lighter than 200 pounds is also going to benefit him.
Yeah, and that's something he said at the fighter meeting, that he was not going to gain a lot of weight because speed is everything for him.
And we've seen that speed on display already. Body shot from Benevidez. The southpaw Ramirez missed with the left, but looking to establish the jab, and that's going to be a big weapon for Ramirez if he's going to successfully defend this unified title.
One thing Benevidez said about fighting at cruiserweight was not having to cut the weight. He expects to have a much deeper gas tank to deal with than he's even used to. And he's wondering if that can lead to a knockout, just being able to overwhelm and outwork Zurdo.
And Benevidez high guard, picking off a lot of those punches from Ramirez. And he just connected with the left hook right hand by Benevidez. And again, just sitting down in these punches and rocking Ramirez.
Straight punches getting there quicker than the opening punches, looping punches from Ramirez.
Wow. Total power punches through 3 rounds. Huge edge for the challenger, Benevidez.
Benevidez is fighting at the real estate that Zurdo prefers, yet he's getting the better of these exchanges.
Yeah, one would think that Benevidez will, use that reach.
Wow. Blistering hand speed with the left by Benevidez. And he's blocking these shots with the high guard from Ramirez. Ramirez trying to get on the inside, going to the body. And there he lands a good punch. But it's Benevidez with the left hook, counter left from Ramirez. Each of them scoring with shots here with a minute left in the third.
Business starting to pick up here. Tasting each other's power. Good action in close.
Yeah, really good high guard from Benevidez, catching and shooting in between those punches from Ramirez.
Ramirez goes to the body with the left, staying busy with the jab, turning. Benevidez goes to the body with the right. Ramirez looking to land an uppercut on the inside. There's a left hook upstairs for Benevidez. And Benevidez again, lightning strike. That hand speed is something else.
And so is the fact that he fights mean. There's the mean streak of Benevidez.
It's at 200 pounds. So he brings the speed. Here comes Ramirez. Right hand counter from Benevidez. Left hook lands for Benevidez. The speed of Benevidez is something to behold.
Beginning around the eyes of Zurdo Ramirez.
We know that Benevidez has the speed advantage, and thus far in the fight, he's had more pop on his punches.
He really has, and you see the confidence standing right in front of Ramirez, believes in his defense, parrying a lot of these shots that are coming in.
Yeah, just by standing in front of Ramirez, you're already taking everything away from Ramirez, because I think that Ramirez didn't believe that Benevidez was going to stay there.
Well, that was my biggest question coming in. Would Benevidez have to become the boxer? He's been able to carry his fight style along with his power and chin up to this division.
The 27 power punches landed in round 3 by Benevidez, the most by any Zurdo opponent in 20 fights tracked by CompuBox.
And Benevidez is seeing everything. Look, he's right in front of him. He's trying to time him. He catches everything that Zurdo's throwing, all arm punches, and right in between those punches is where the speed comes from Benevidez.
The 200 rounds of sparring between them doesn't lie. They both learned a lot about each other. You can see Benevidez learned enough to know that he can walk down the bigger fighter.
Benevidez first to punch. Ramirez leaning in. Nice left hand by Benevidez that scored a sniper-like shot. There's a left hook and the left hand from Ramirez. Benevidez backing up. High guard blocking the majority of these punches from Ramirez. Left hook to the body by Benevidez. Nice jab through the guard from Ramirez. Under a minute left in the fourth.
Even if these shots aren't landing full and flush, these are good sequences for Zurdo.
That's having a much better round here in round number 4. Nice. Another left hand from Benevidez. Left hook. Downstairs, upstairs. Solid right hand. Goes to the body. Ramirez getting tagged. Ramirez fighting back. Ramirez gets tagged with another right hand. Backs up, feeling the power of David Benevidez.
This is Monstro's world. This is where he
Another solid right hand. Ramirez in trouble on the ropes. Trying to shell up Benevidez. Left uppercut. Left hand. Benevidez on the cusp of making history. But Ramirez is not going down without a fight. Mamma mia. Ramirez is down. Ramirez is down. The second knockdown of his career. It's in round 4. David Benevidez answering every single 4. Second time of his career, Benevidez on the cusp of making history. Jab solid.
Benevidez is such a throwback fighter.
63% connect rate on power punches. You talk about a bravura performance thus far by Benevidez.
Absolutely sublime. His ability to land clean shots, cover up.
Here comes Ramirez. Trying to find a way in the inside. But look at the hand speed again. Benevidez is something special. Double left hook. Left uppercut. Right uppercut. Benevidez. But here comes Ramirez. You have to admire the heart of Ramirez.
Oh, you have to. Even the corner told him box, but he's not. He wants to go
he's in it.
Yeah.
He's fighting Benevidez's fight.
Mano y mano. He's trying to act like the bigger man, but Benevidez has been landing the bigger shots, the quicker shots, the cleaner shots throughout.
The upper body movement, the defense is unbelievable for a guy David Benevidez's size and the way he fights.
He's already one of the pound-for-pound best, but a performance like this in a third weight class really has to start questioning where does the ranking belong.
Those were some really good body shots there from Ramirez. He's starting a lot more, Ramirez.
Right uppercut by Benevidez. Chopping right hand. And Ramirez goes upstairs, but then gets tagged, and the marks on his face already beginning to show.
Gotta respect Ramirez's true instinct here to fight out of trouble.
And despite going down in the last round, Ramirez standing right in front of Benevidez on the hunt. A minute left in the 5th. Ramirez with the uppercut on the inside.
See, Ramirez got Benevidez's attention. Taking a breather there.
These are big shots. He's slipping through the guard.
This is a way better round for Ramirez.
Best round of the fight for the defending unified cruiserweight champion. The jab lands for Benevidez. Another jab, but Ramirez comes back with a couple of rights. Sweeping right hand, another right hand by Benevidez. Goes to the body. There's the jab combination from Ramirez.
Accurate power shots here from Zurdo.
We are through 5 rounds. the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. That was over 12 rounds. Guess what? Benevidez passed that in 5.
Wow. By the way, the good news for Zurdo Ramirez is he just had his best round of the fight. The bad news is the swelling around his right eye is not looking good.
Jab to the body by Benevidez. Single shot. There's another jab that lands.
Yeah, you got to start landing that jab if you're Ramirez. Stop that rhythm, that momentum that Benevidez has. No, it's easier said than done because the counter punching is right there for David Benevidez as well.
Benevidez, a highly effective counter puncher moving forward.
Incredible to be that much in the pocket and not be there to hit. To be hit is just incredible. His defense, his willingness, his IQ.
And Ramirez is throwing punches. A lot of them are being picked off by the guard of Benevidez. And number one criteria, clean, effective punching. Right uppercut on the inside body, shot by Ramirez. Benevidez rips a left hook to the body. Another one upstairs. Another left hand by Benevidez.
And you wouldn't teach fighters to do what Benevidez does, to square up in front of your opponent, but he's not a regular fighter.
Left uppercut on the outside, another left hook. Lands, but Ramirez comes forward, lands a right hook, but he gets hit with a counter right from Benevidez. And Ramirez content to stand in front of the challenger. Right hook lands for Ramirez upstairs. Benevidez on the ropes. Right hand lands for the challenger. And the body work continues to be effective for Benevidez. Right uppercut scores for the challenger, as does that left hook upstairs.
Yeah, Benevidez, Ramirez taking a lot of shots, clean shots from David.
And the eye is beginning to show the effects of those shots. That right eye, as Brian mentioned, swelling. But Ramirez remains game, wanting to defend his turf.
That right eye is on the verge of being closed, and you wonder how much leeway the ringside doctor is going to give Ramirez.
Well, he's putting the pressure on Benevidez now. Body shot, though, by Benevidez. And the hand speed fully on display. Rattling Ramirez again. Backs him up, hurts him. Ramirez takes a knee. He's down for the second time in the fight. And it could be over. Ramirez can't continue. History has been made. David Benevidez, the first fighter to win titles at 168, 175, and now at 200 pounds. If he was auditioning to become the face of boxing, he just passed that audition with flying colors.
I was about to say the new face of Cinco de Mayo, but why stop there with a pound-for-pound level performance like what David Benevidez just delivered? You are looking at one of the greats of modern-day boxing and somebody who is authoring a unique legacy on his own terms.
So the odds makers knew what they were talking about after all, Abner.
Definitely
a big favorite, and the monster lives up to the billing. And for Gilberto Ramirez, now suffering from that right eye injury, losing his titles as he gets
9 seconds in round number 6. He is the winner by way of knockout, still undefeated, and the new unified WBA and WBO cruiserweight champion of the world, the Mexican monster, David Benevidez.
Benevidez adding those 2 cruiserweight titles to his light heavyweight belt.